The Drop with Frank and Brian is officially brought to you by Switch Suspension. Switch Suspension specializes in all vehicle chassis components. Lift kits, lowering kits, air ride suspension, wheels, tires, steering, and brake upgrades. They use all the best products from the best brands. And these guys are truck guys. You roll into their parking lot at the shop and they all drive custom vehicles. So they use their products that they sell on their own vehicles. So if you guys are looking for anything for your vehicles, whether you're just starting out or you just need some replacement parts or whatever, give them a call or visit their website, switchsuspension.com.
Just want to let you guys know that we're announcing our next giveaway. We're giving away another Acura E-Level kit. Big thanks to Acura for getting with us on this giveaway. All you got to do is either go to livelifecustom.com or grinder-tv.com, and every $5 spent, you get one entry into the draw. Enjoy this week's episode.
Yeah. Hello.
Yo,
What's up?
another what's happening.
Oh, just another day. And it's been a week. No, it's been a great week, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Christmas stuff. Kids, I guess. How's your week? Recording.
Everything's recording.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing,
it's been-
nothing exciting, just hanging out at the house.
Same, man. That's pretty much it. It's that weird week between Christmas and New Year's when you're like, I have stuff to do. I don't really want to do 'em.
Yeah, when you give yourself that false sense of restart.
Yeah. Well, no, that comes next week.
No,
Or
but-
actually, no, it's this week.
It's
Hey,
right now.
Happy New Year's
Yeah.
to everybody.
To us, it's
It's
not
New
New
Year's-
Year's, so let's
to
not
us, it's not
pretend
New
it's
Year's.
2024 just yet.
Oh, whoa, you're like, hold on.
Hold on.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
We're still
Well,
in-
for those listening today.
I thought we were still in
Happy New Year.
2020.
Oh, whoa.
Did 2020 never end? We're just in a parallel universe.
I know. That's what happened. 2019 was the end of the world, and now we live in this. Well, there's a couple ways to look at it. Do we live in a post-apocalyptic future? Do we live in a dystopian future? Or is it,
I don't know.
is
My
it-
life's pretty good, so I think like if it's not post-apocalyptic to me.
That's true. My life is pretty good too. Also not post-apocalyptic. Not really dystopian. It just is. For some people, it's
I
not
know.
that great. But
Well, who
sucks to
cares?
be
Who
them.
cares about them?
Yeah, sucks to be them.
Yeah, go complain on Facebook or something.
I know. Oh my gosh, I've stopped in there a couple times out of sheer boredom.
Yeah,
Man, that place sucks.
it does. It does.
God.
Like I go in there still by habit. On my phone, it's on the last page.
So interestingly, now that you bring that up, I have kept it off of my phone for probably since about 17. Well, no, not that far. Anyway, a long time. I've kept
Yeah.
it off of my phone. And I would only, like, if I had to go do something, I would go on Safari and do it that way, like, the browser on your phone. But recently, I actually had to reinstall it because my Instagram kept on disconnecting from Facebook. Because that's my only connection to Facebook. If I create something on Instagram, it's just, connected. So
Yeah.
it just posts over there. But and I had a problem with it not connecting. And I realized that's because there was some disconnect between the app and, like, being logged in on Safari. Anyway,
What is happening?
what is happening?
I just keep hearing a clicking, and I think your microphone's hitting your hoodie thing or something.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. How's that?
You didn't change anything.
No.
It's
Is it-
still.
is
It's like
it-
click,
is it
click,
this?
click, 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 click. Oh
Is
yeah,
this?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's that. Okay. I don't know how to not do that.
Change your
Hold
change your input sound.
I guess I could take off my sweater.
Yeah,
Okay, I could do that.
like
It's a little chilly in here, though.
like super. You should get a floor heater. That's what
I do.
Say you have one.
I do, but it's got a hold on. It's got a fan, so it's a little loud.
Oh, okay. Mine's
So-
just a big, look like a satellite dish. Remember?
Yeah, I've seen
remember
it.
that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, actually, it's not that bad.
I turn it on and my solar panels catch on fire. What were we
Oh, is
talking
it still
about?
clicking?
No,
Is it
no,
still
it's
clicking?
fine. No, it's
Okay,
good. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
good. It's good now.
It was driving me crazy.
Anyway, I had to install it on my phone
Oh, okay.
out of necessity because that's my only connection to Facebook is whatever I post on Instagram gets posted there. And but same thing, I keep it in like a file on the end page. Like I just don't want to see it. But again, like a couple times this past week, I just had a sheer boredom. I'm like, I want to see what's going on over here. And it's like, it's like I don't know if you watched Community. I don't think you watched Community because you didn't get the Community reference previously that I did. Anyway, guy opens the door, whole room's on fire, and he's like, "Whoa, what happened?"
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
No, yeah, I don't even connect it to my Instagram. I will connect every once in a while. It'll share, like if I post a photo, it'll share to my Grindr TV.
The page.
Like page on there. When was the last time do you have a like page or you just have a group? You just have your group. That is
a dumpster fire.
Which one? The group?
The group.
Okay, you have a group. I have a my group is cool. I like my Grindr TV group because I moderate it.
I don't.
I know.
That thing is a cesspool.
But it's great for sharing when you have new products and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Like it is this thing that exists that is free.
Well, it's easy. It's easy.
I get
it's just one of those things. But the like page.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
Okay. That I don't know what Facebook or Meta or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Like the business side of it. Mm-hmm. It's so messy. I don't even know.
I don't. What do you mean? Like
are
you saying it's insane good or insane bad?
It's just insane confusing.
Oh, confusing. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's like it could be simplified, and they just don't simplify it, and I don't understand why they don't do that.
Yeah.
It's like it's a mess. But I don't know.
My
I see
group
Facebook going the way of MySpace here pretty soon.
But how could it go the way of MySpace when they are connected to so many other things like Meta? Facebook is Instagram, and I don't see Instagram going away.
No, I don't see it either. But once they start to lose, it ramps up. When Facebook started, ramps up.
Mm-hmm.
That now it's leveled off, and now they're losing people. So once they start to lose people, then they're going to try to make these drastic changes, and they're just going to keep
MySpace.
They're not going to gain people. No one's going to like all of a sudden go back to Facebook. These things just are over with.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where they're. It seems like they're just dumping all their money into Instagram.
That seems to be the way. And yeah. I was gonna bring something up about that about Facebook. Yeah, it's just I get what you're saying. Anyway, I forgot. I lost track of mine. Anyway, Facebook sucks. Sorry about that. Anybody who spends a lot of time on Facebook and lives for that kind of stuff, but
lives for misery loves company.
I was gonna say my group. Is a dumpster fire so bad.
It's so easy to manage.
But I guess so. But like, I get messages from people. They're like, "Look what's being posted in this group," and I'm like, "Oh,
yeah, just go manage it."
Sorry,
you have the time. So. It's just it's like when you release a new video, it's a good place to share it because then other people share it.
Yeah, but I think everybody has left the group already because it was such a dumpster fire.
I don't know. AccuAir's group was a dumpster fire exactly like that for a while, and they went in there and cleaned it up real quick. Because mine, I still get those, but I have my group setting to where if anyone posts, I have to approve it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, so they just go in there, and then I just there's a million posts in there, and I just click all delete, and I just delete them all. So no one ever sees them until I post something in there or whatever.
Oh. On a similar topic, I got my kid a VR headset for Christmas.
The Meta one?
The Meta one.
Meta. I don't know what Meta. Yeah.
Meta one. It's actually like I held off for a really long time because I was like, man, my kid is just gonna get like sucked into the metaverse and I'm never gonna see her again. It's kind of lame.
It's kind of lame.
It is kind of.
Is it?
Yeah, like I mean it's fun, like, but it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought you're gonna get, and I'm not saying that she's only had it for a week since Christmas, so I'm not saying I don't know where it's gonna go, but I thought it was like definitely like being locked into the Matrix kind of thing, but it's not. No. So just an interesting side note with all this meta talk, and that's part of Meta, Facebook, and everything like that.
Yeah, it's a weird. We always think the future, like the Jetsons, or right now we were supposed to be flying cars and all this stuff, and then. The next was like virtual reality. Remember like the Lawnmower Man? Do you remember that movie?
No.
Yeah, it was a crazy one all about like virtual reality and stuff and how it messes with your brain and all this. But it just that part of the future part. The flying cars never took off. Pun.
Nice.
But the virtual reality has not taken off like the 90s predicted that it would.
Right. And I think I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, I guess the technology is there to do it, but I don't know why it hasn't taken off like everybody thought it was. I thought like again, that dystopian future where it's just like, you know, people are like, you know, in the virtual reality world, like got houses and cars, and then it like goes out to the reality, and they're just in some like little dirty apartment somewhere. You know?
Oh yeah, like the like taking a vacation. So there was another movie where they would go into a thing and pay to take a vacation, but you would never leave anywhere. It would just be all virtual. And so that's a thing. Yeah, you could.
Yeah, that's a thing too. Dude, my brain is not having it today.
You mush brain?
Mush brain. Maybe it's just because it's the last week of the year. I don't know. It's kind of, I guess everybody uses that excuse, you know.
That's what I was saying. You're in the. It's like a restarting. It's like a mentally restart because nothing really changes. It's all in our head.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it's just like anybody who like makes you know, New Year's resolutions to go to the gym and stuff. It's like this arbitrary, you know, thing to say.
Speaking of the gym,
yeah,
I have gained almost 20 pounds.
Oh,
yeah. I was time was like not on my side, or I wasn't relating time and whatever. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm going to start monitoring my calories, and I did for 2 days, and then I didn't, and then all of a sudden it was a month and a half later.
Oh wow!
Because I looked at my log last night and I went, holy crap! I haven't weighed myself and entered it in a month and a half.
Wow,
that's just how fast it goes by. Like in your brain, I would wake up every day and go, okay, I'm not eating that much. I'll start tomorrow or whatever. It hasn't been that long. Yeah, it goes by fast.
Yeah, it slips away pretty quick. My thing that I've been battling with this for quite a long time now is my back. I'm finally starting to get it to a normal space, but it took me 3 months. I mean, our listeners know from months back me talking about my back being out and then not going to the Mini Truck Revival show. And I'm in the same way. It's like you blink and all of a sudden like, dang, it's been 3 months that I've been dealing with this.
Yeah. So are you still going to the chiropractor and stuff?
Yeah, I got my thing popped yesterday.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Your thing popped? What's that?
Well, because like I don't want to be crude. But I call it, you know, like
your back.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Forgive me, everybody. But I call it get my pussy popped.
But it's your back.
I know.
You can just say my back popped.
But you know, Lindsay and Morgan, they say that all the time, and I've adopted that as my saying for.
So now when you go to your chiropractor, you're like, "Hey, pop my puss."
Yes. I don't say it to him, but
you're like, I don't know why my chiropractor looks at me strange every time I walk in there. It's so weird.
I don't say it to him, but I do say it to Angie when I'm leaving. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get my thing popped. All right, well,
it's weirder when you say my thing popped.
I know that is weirder, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I'm like, what? I don't think that's the chiropractor that you're going to.
No, I know.
Yeah,
it's in a trailer. It's in a trailer in Adelanto.
That Victorville masseuse.
Yeah,
it's or Adelanto. That's even
Adelanto.
Worse.
It's an nondescript trailer in Adelanto.
I don't know if you watched that Tray 5 video that I sent you that I recorded on that DJI thing, but he got he bought a dually.
I saw that, yeah,
like an OBS dually, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, we did a turnaround trip. We went out to Phelan. And I'm all,
I thought that,
and I go, where's Phelan, Arizona? I'm thinking like it's in the middle, like there's, and he goes like, yeah, it's in California. I'm all Phelan. And he goes, yeah, and I go, oh, okay.
That's bright. I'm not by my house, but that's the high desert. And it's funny because as I was watching that video and it was showing clips of the dually sitting in this field, I'm like, that definitely looks familiar. I bet you that's somewhere. It's either this side of the desert or the west side of the desert, which is like Lancaster and Palmdale and stuff like that.
It's pretty crazy how the deserts they look totally different. So like
they do.
And it starts literally at the Colorado River, because you'll be driving. If you're driving from my house to California, you see the Tom Segura cactuses all throughout, and then they just literally stop at the thing.
Have you ever tried to find the last one?
No. It's
pretty fun.
I think it's right there past Quartzsite, isn't it? Like, or as you're coming through the rocky hills right there.
Yeah, a little bit after that. Yeah. But next time do that. It's like a fun little game to play while you're driving. You're like, what is the very, very last Tom Segura cactus you see?
And that's the first one that greets you when you come to my house.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
Anyways,
fast forward to 2024.
Let's talk about what we're going to talk about today. It's whatever the way you look at it. It's either the last episode we're recording of the year right now, because today's the the 28th of December, or
Yeah.
it's the very first episode everybody's listening to next week on Monday. So
yeah. Well, we're going to
it's
title it Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, because
Happy
our
New
last
Year.
one was Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Because that came out on Christmas Day, and this one's coming out on New Year's Day.
Yep.
But we thought we'd talk about a little bit of review and a little bit of, again, I don't know what is the opposite of review. We're reviewing and we're like looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
We're just
So,
talking.
we're just talking.
We're just talking about this year and how good it was and how good
was a
next
good
year.
year.
Next year's going to even be even better.
Does it
and-
feel like because like this to jump around? We're gonna jump around all these. We're not gonna go in order. I have notes today.
I don't.
Whoa!
I totally forgot what we were talking about today
Oh really?
until you literally just said it.
It would, dude. It's again like even today. I was like had to do a few things this morning, and I was like, okay, gotta go, and it's just like this is one of those ones that are like, all right, we got to do this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here. We're having fun.
I'll just bounce
Um,
off your notes.
Yeah. So does it? I was gonna ask you. Doesn't it seem like 2 years ago we were at Mini Nats and the canopies went to crap and got all blown up?
Yeah, and you thought it was the end of the world.
I did.
Yeah.
And that it feels like 2 years ago, but that was only earlier this year.
That was this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Earlier this year.
Oh, that wasn't 2 years ago.
No. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It feels like that was 2 years ago.
It does.
wasn't.
It does. It does. It does. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. Okay.
So yeah, so this year has felt maybe a little longer than the rest, but we went to some great shows. Basically the same shows that we've always gone to: LST, Forbidden, Mini Nats. A couple new ones. Havasu Meltdown was a new one that I went to.
Yep.
It was great. I'm really looking forward to it this year.
Yep.
Because if anybody didn't know, the music portion of the show, which just a quick description of Havasu Meltdown, is thrown by Shane of Unforgiven Mini Truck Club. And he wanted to create like a hybrid show concert experience, especially with like punk rock driven music. And last year he had Authority Zero was the headliner, and that was a great show. I had a ton of fun. The truck show was awesome, but me being a music guy also, like, that was a lot of fun for me. So
Yeah.
Authority Zero playing, it was really cool. Go back and watch, and we'll reference the videos too. So go back and watch that video on my channel that I made of it. I got into the pit, me and Shane, we got into the pit and had a lot of fun. So he's throwing that show again this year. And he's going to have the Venomous Pinks play, which is one of the bands playing. He's also has Urethane, which for those who don't know, that's Steve Caballero's band. And a band called Mest and a couple other bands.
I have my new Steve Caballero signed board right behind me.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. That's really cool. Yeah, that's really awesome. And that dude is like, he's like a car guy too. He builds
Yes.
like hot rods and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a neat tie-in. And it's crazy because like, it's really interesting how all these like subcultures all kind of melt. Like our culture, the truck culture, the mini truck culture, like everything kind of connects, you know, like this person knows this person. Well, the Pinks have toured with Urethane before. They were on tour in Europe, and so they know each other and they've played together before. And I'm not sure about the other bands, but I'm really excited for that. Obviously, because one, it's my favorite band playing, and two, it takes my two favorite things, music and trucks, and smash them together. And that was like Shane's like thing. That's what he wanted to create. He wanted to create that experience. I hope with, you know, last year going down, the videos coming out, everybody talking about it, I hope more people go this year. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope people saw it and was like, yeah, that seems like a cool thing to go check out.
It's definitely one of those things where there's a lot of stuff happening in very close proximity of each other.
It is, yeah.
Starting at pretty much the end of March with Forbidden.
Oh, you're talking about shows.
I'm talking about shows.
I thought you were talking about this show specifically, physically, that
Well,
the stage is pretty close to the
no,
truck show.
Like, I'm just talking about just like going to so many.
Oh
things.
yeah, the first 5 months of the year is like the busiest.
Well, just
time
that
for us.
it's actually there's like nothing in January, and then one thing in February, and then nothing till the end till Forbidden. So like, and I could be missing something, so forgive me if I am. But it just seems like, for me personally, because I didn't go to the Havasu Meltdown last year, and I still felt overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I get it. Well, and especially like the reason I say it's really busy is because those shows are like a month apart, but then I have to like get ready for those. I mean, you do too, but I'm talking about me specifically. Like when I got to print stuff or get stuff ready, then I got to gear up for the next show. You know, so in reality, let's talk about LST Forbidden. There's a month, but so that's 4 weeks in between. But then there's like the week leading up to LST, and then the traveling back, and then getting back, and then getting ready, and you see what I'm saying? Like those.
Well, yeah,
it seems like a long time,
but for anybody else, that's them going to work.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just like,
I get it.
It's just like you, like take the work out and just do the weekend, because usually like your work week Monday through Friday, regardless of what you do, and then your weekend you're just like, it's like there's no time, there's no downtime. You know, it's just that's what it feels like.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I know it's like go up until Rolling in the Red Rocks, which for me kind of signifies the end of that run of shows.
That little rush. It's like a rush, I guess. You know, like what? Because what is there? There's LST. Because I did not write.
So
I got
them written down.
Okay.
We got LST, Forbidden, Mini Nats, Havasu Meltdown. Well, actually, this year, that was I wrote them down in order from last year.
Yeah.
And actually, this year, Havasu Meltdown is the weekend before Mini Nats.
Yes.
And so that is actually going to be. I'm actually looking forward to that because it sounds crazy because I'm going to go to both, and it sounds like it's going to be crazy, which it is. It's going to be a lot of moving parts, but I'm excited because it changes things. Like now I'm going to get ready for this show. I'm going to leave here. I'm going to go to Meltdown, do that weekend, and then from Meltdown go straight down to your place.
Yep.
And then we're going to take off to Mini Nats.
You're good. You're doing like almost like a 2-week bender, but close to home for the first week.
Yeah, basically.
Unlike when doing a 2-week like East Coast, where you're.
Yeah,
it won't feel like a 2-week bender because you are so close to home, but it'll be exactly like if you went far away.
Well, yeah, because I'm not. Once I leave here for Havasu Meltdown, I'm not coming home until we get back from Mini Nats.
Yeah. Are you? So you're leaving Friday for that?
Yes, I think so because I think his show
Saturday
starts on Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, I'll probably leave Friday. I think, I'm not speaking for her, but I think Lindsay's trying to go to that one too, because I know Lindsay's coming with us to Mini Nats.
Yes. Well, we haven't figured all that out. Yes, we haven't.
Yeah, we have a lot of details to work out.
Yeah, because there's still a possibility that we tow a truck that I'm towing a truck there. So
yeah.
If that happens, then it's really going to change the dynamic of stuff. So
yeah, I know it's gonna get exciting and interesting all at the same time. Yeah. So that's gonna be a fun trip. So the order for this year is LST, Forbidden, Havasu Meltdown, Mini Nats, Rolling in the Red Rocks. That's in the beginning of the year.
And we're not missing anything because that's only 5 shows.
Yeah, 5 shows, and that's a month, a show each month basically, except for the Havasu Meltdown one. That's 2 shows.
Well, there's March, April, May. So that's 5 months.
Yeah, that's sort of the schedule.
It doesn't feel rushed. LST doesn't feel rushed to me. LST feels like you're pulling the cord to get your lawnmower started.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it gets started and then it's just a shutdown.
Yeah.
And then it ramps up. I don't know.
I feel the same way. It's kind of funny because a long time ago, before we started doing like the traveling and stuff, the first show for us was Forbidden every year.
Yeah.
We used to ramp up for Forbidden. That would be in March. And so we'd have plenty of time. And then it took me a long time up until this year to really start being proactive about being ready. And now I started a couple weeks ago, actually earlier, at the beginning of this month, I started putting everything in place to get ready for the shows next month. And that brings up the next thing that I want to talk about is all of our upcoming designs and projects and things we're working on. Really
I want to stay on the shows though real quick.
Okay, yeah,
because
sorry.
we where I feel like, at least for me, I'm in this rut of the same shows.
Me too. I felt like that for a while.
Yeah, but there was like 2015 to like basically 2020. There was it was a lot of south shows down the south I was going to and coming back, and I stopped doing that because all the shows started to kind of look the same for me, and it was just getting very repetitive. And not that I don't like those shows or not anything, it was just I needed a change. And then 2020 forced a change, and then after 2020 it just seems like I haven't gone out that way, just except Mini Nats, LST and Mini Nats, really. So
to going back east, south.
Yeah, going back east and stuff like that. So it's like I want to pick a show, and I mean, there's like Last Resort and
we did that one year.
We did that one year, yeah. Like each year, I just want to pick a different show that I haven't been to the year before that, or ever. You know what I mean? Like ever. So that's kind of what what I want to do something different this year is like pick a show that I've never been to and go to that show. And I want to. It's got to be not on the West. You know what I mean? It's got to be
on
like
the West. Okay.
Yeah, because I
was gonna say my suggestion would be either the Sitting Pretty show, you know, or the cruising the Pines, cruising Northwest cruise to the Pines.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to do one of those. I want, you know what I mean? But it's at the same time, I want to get back east. I just, you know, I just feel like I haven't been in a while, so I just want to go.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying back east or down south?
Back, same thing to me.
Same thing. Yeah, I guess so. Because they're in the actual like East Coast, there's really nothing, no shows or anything. So everything is that
Like
southern
Tennessee and down.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to go to Florida. But
I know. I was just about to say.
I don't need to go to Florida. But something like the All-Star event's coming back.
That's right. That would be a super cool one.
That one has piqued my interest.
Yes.
Just because the area, like Memphis, I've never been to Graceland, and I was watching that special that was shot at Graceland with all the musicians not too long ago, and I was like, why haven't I never stopped there? I've driven by. We're always in such a rush.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know, so, and I always say this, we got to stop and do something, but we never do. It's easy to talk about, but then when we're on our way, it's like, whatever. So maybe with you coming out early for Mini Nats, you know, if you're leaving their show on Sunday and you're heading straight to my house, then, you know, if there's time, maybe we'll do that. I don't know.
Yeah. Those are the little details we'll plan out. But yeah, the All-Star event. Yeah, I used to hear about that show and see videos and stuff from that show, and that was the one that's in the little town, right?
No, that was Heritage.
Oh, okay. I'm getting stuff confused then.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
The All-Star event was in like Memphis area.
Oh, okay. Where was the other one? That was
Heritage was in Kentucky, Whitesburg, Kentucky, or something Kentucky.
That was what I remember.
That was an interesting event.
Yeah.
Heritage was, that was interesting.
Because it was crazy, or because
it was just different.
Yeah.
You want to talk about like, I mean, the show itself was behind a grocery store.
Okay.
And like a little area behind a grocery store, and then there was one hotel in the town, and like it was a dry county, so you couldn't buy alcohol. So you had to drive from, we were in West Virginia, you had to drive to Virginia, which was up over this hill, and there was a gas station right there. And it was just it was just, when you think of like that area, it was exactly that. And then there was a cruise through the little town, and it just looked fake, and it was like a parade. It was like the biggest thing in that town the whole year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I thought it was that one, because that one would look really, really cool and really interesting. But I'm trying to picture what the All-Star event looked like, but maybe I'll go back and...
All-Star event was a big show. It was definitely a big show. So I have a video on the All-Star event. I'll send you a link to it.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When was the last one? The last time that it happened?
I don't know. 2014.
Oh,
15.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I went in like 2011, I think, or 12.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, cool. Right on. Yeah, there's a few shows to.
Anyways, New Year's resolution.
Oh yeah,
is go to a show that I've never been to
with your truck.
If I have my truck, here's the thing. If I have my truck, there's some shows I want to go to with my truck. If I don't have my truck, there's a different set of shows I want to go to.
Okay,
It sounds strange, right?
No, I understand.
It sounds weird, but yeah. So because there's shows I've never been to, like Camp and Drag.
Yep.
Camping. I don't want to camp. I just want to. But I feel like I want to take my truck to that.
Okay.
You know, and maybe just one time. So if I don't have my truck, it's not like I don't want to go to Camp and Drag.
You're quickly going to have the same problem that I've dealt with for many, many years. That's having a truck and having this thing that we do.
But I only want to go to these shows with my truck once.
Okay.
That's it. Like, I want to take my truck to Mini Nats, and that's the reason why if my truck gets done, I'll take it this year. If my truck isn't done, I'll wait till next year. But I don't want to, because I don't want to take my truck 3/4 of the way done, because I don't want to take it again.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, not that I don't want to take it again, but it's just I'm trying to look at the reality side of things.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah. And that's the same thing that I've been, had to deal with all these years too, is doing what we like to do, which is go to truck shows and have trucks, but it's kind of not at the same time.
Yeah, because if you have a truck and you have a booth, and like it's a whole thing. So I'm just trying to look at it in real life.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why like the OBS. That's why the OBS is such an interesting truck build to me, because then I can load my booth in the OBS, and then it's like 2-in-1. It's like a twofer.
Yeah, I know. I've you don't know how many trucks I've built in my head to do that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's sort of like we've talked about this a lot before. Like when we talk about getting new trucks or doing this or building trucks, we always revert back to the same thing. It's like, dang, the Titan and the 10x10 trailer work really good. Or not 10x10, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it just works. It works really good. We've got it down to a science. Everything, it moves very smoothly. When you throw in something else that kind of like, changes that whole process, it kind of makes it interesting. The closest one that I got to it at one Severed in the Southwest. Let's make a lot of noise. One Severed in the Southwest years ago, I trailered the 4Runner out there and set up a booth. And that was just, Severed in the Southwest isn't a huge show. It's a fairly small show. And that was difficult for me, having to like deal with the truck, get it off the trailer, because I trailered it out there, get off the trailer, get it set up, get the booth set up. It was just a lot of moving parts.
It is. And I think if I had the OBS, I could pull your trailer or my little trailer, and then we would have and plenty of room in the truck. Like there's a back seat for the ice chest, for the camera equipment, it's just bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I've never experienced that, like having the actual tow truck be also like a show vehicle, like in quotation marks.
I'm really excited for
a
that.
bag truck.
Yeah. I'm
That's
excited.
Gonna be fun.
Yeah. It is. I'm pretty stoked on it.
Yeah. That'd be a lot of fun.
All right.
So shows, those are the last year's shows. Some notable ones are always, of course, Forbidden was a memorable one because that was hopefully the last time we were at the River Lodge, and we did it in the parking structure, which was different. That was fun.
I just released the pre-reg dates for 2024.
I saw that. I shared it. No artwork yet, though, huh?
I saw the artwork.
Oh, you did? Nice.
I did.
Is it good? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, of course it's good.
It's good. It's cool.
Yeah.
The trucks look freaking sick, and it's just it was just a sketch. So I saw the trucks done, and then the sketch, but we're changing things on the sketch. So, this one is going to be cool. I know it's going to be cool. I get excited every year, but this one I'm just like, no, there's a specific thing on this one that is I'm excited for.
Well, this we're back at the Avi this year. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. The Avi has been not completely transformed, but transformed enough to where it's going to be a brand new experience going.
And for some, it will be a brand new experience because it's been so long. Some people have never even went to the Avi.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So some people, their first Forbidden was like at the River Lodge. Imagine that. You're like, you hear all, you hear all this stuff about how, 2016 to 2019 at the Avi. Oh, it's so cool. And then the first one you go to is at the Lodge, and you're like, this is like, cool, but this isn't that cool.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I'm looking forward to Sunday, actually. Chilling, pool, like all the new pool stuff, cabanas.
Oh, yeah. And it'll be different, too, because the show's not on Sunday this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're just going to be chilling for a while,
Yeah. Are you going to stay Sunday night, though?
That's what I was going to bring up. Probably not, but maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
The rooms are cheap enough on Sunday night, literally like $50-$60.
Oh, that's true.
That where you can get a room, or you know what I mean, and then just leave your stuff in there. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to go home like at 5, and you could just go home at 5.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
Just bounce. That's how I kind of look at it. Like always think about that when you're booking the room for Forbidden. Because
are you planning on staying till Monday?
I don't know, but I'm going to book Sunday night.
You have an interesting thing because you get there like on Wednesday.
I used to. I'm not doing that again.
Oh, okay.
I'll get there like Thursday night probably.
Okay, that seems more reasonable.
It does. Wednesday. I don't know why I got there on Wednesday. It was just I had Paris in my head, and Paris was such a big thing to do. Going into the smaller show, I always had Paris on my mind.
Okay.
And Lake Paris was where we used to throw Forbidden, and it was a insanely huge show. Not insanely huge, but it was just more work. Where this one. Anyways, let's talk about what you want to talk about. Being excited about your new designs.
So previously in a few episodes and for a while, we've been talking about this thing about getting more prepared, being more prepared, kind of like putting ourselves out there, taking more risk, so to speak. And I was hesitant to do that for a long time, just because I'm used to it. Like I got into this rhythm of, creating our own designs, printing our shirts, getting ready for the shows, that I like mentally kind of couldn't switch gears and get into the next, phase, which you kind of like conquered that a little earlier this year with your new designs and kind of expanding your horizons on your art and stuff. I finally did that myself. I just said, we're going to do it. I contacted a few artists and got the ball rolling on a few things. And now we have 3 designs that are coming out that I didn't create, Angie didn't create. We had someone else create them with our vision, of course, with our guidance and our vision and what we want it to look like. And I'm really excited. And I want to throw them up here, but I kind of messed up. We're learning as we go. And I kind of messed up on a couple things before. Like when I dropped the Hardcore Mini Trucker shirt and I dropped the latest one, which is our, which I call our California Custom Life shirt, which is very inspired by like the late 80s, early 90s NFL fonts. And this one is very, very Raider looking font. Anyway. So I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but we also talked about, just like creating something. Like I have the means just to create something and get it on the website and sell it, which I did. But there's one key aspect that I forgot. I forgot to, when I put it out there, to say this is a pre-order and the shirts will be coming later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I realized I messed it up because I would put them on the website. People would start buying them. And then like a week would go by and they'd be like, hey, where's my stuff?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I still got to print it, so I think I got to be a little more proactive, letting everybody know.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to put pre-order very large in the title.
I learned that.
Yeah.
So, but these ones that I'm about to discuss, I'm not going to put them on the website just yet.
Yeah.
That's going to be later. So whatever we show, they're not going to be available for a little bit until everything comes together.
Yeah.
But the first one, and I also wanted to take this opportunity to like, as we get this art done, to talk about the artists too.
Yeah.
And because like, again, like, sometimes, not necessarily I've experienced it, but it can happen where people are like, well, I don't want to tell you who made it, or like they become very guarded about that stuff sometimes.
No, because it's too easy to find out who did it.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like it's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I had that experience or not.
Oh, so, well, I don't know. Maybe I just made that up in my head. But anyway, so the first one I contacted this dude named MJ Phillips, and we could throw up a picture of his Instagram on here. So this is MJ_Phillips _US.
Yeah.
He's actually done quite a few designs for different people in the scene. So some people might be familiar with his work, but he created this design that we'll put up here.
Okay.
It's called Locos Only. And just like I have this list of ideas of shirt ideas, and I'm sure everybody who's in what we do has just a long list of just random ideas that they come up with. So I came up with this one, Locos Only. He took that idea and ran with it. I wanted to do like somewhere between like a surf culture and like Southern California, like Hispanic culture, something in that mix. And that's what he came up with. Did a great job. Really appreciate it. So that's one. The next one I don't have a picture of.
Yeah.
Is I contacted a guy named Rick the Dutch, who he's actually done stuff for you, right? He did if you watch the drop on YouTube and you see the thumbnails, the Toyota and the thumbnail is something he created, correct?
It is. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. And then he did the bus for you, the Grander TV bus. So I contacted him with an idea. I don't have that yet. That's still in the works. That'll be coming out soon. And then the third one was actually like kind of like a surprise, like just kind of like it kind of came together.
Yeah.
We know this guy. His name's Derek Mead. He always comments on the videos. He's a really cool dude. A while ago, I can't remember exactly how long ago, but a while ago, he asked me one day. He's like, "Hey, what's your address?" And I was like, I gave it to him. And then in the mail came this, and I'll show you. Hold on.
Frank is showing the camera now, and now he's showing me.
And now I'm showing you. It's a 3D printed skeleton hands throwing up the LA sign.
Yeah.
So he just kind of like, first, sorry, again, my brain is mush. Let me jump all over the place. So he works in a screen printing shop in Canada. He's Canadian. He's from Canada. And it's a shop where they do screen printing and direct to garment printing. And they also do 3D printing. So he has access to a lot of different like tools. And so he 3D printed this to me and sent it to me. It was awesome. And then I've been following him, and he's helped me out on a couple other things. Since he works in a screen printing shop, I had a couple issues with some screen printing stuff that he helped me out with. And just a really super cool dude. He's building an S10 that it's an extra cab square body S10. It's got a total like hot rod vibe to it, because that's sort of like his vibe. Is he's like a hot rod guy, but also kind of building a mini truck. And that's really cool, because on this truck he's done a lot of different 3D printed pieces, and like really artistically, done things to it. And so so he's a really cool dude. Has killer taste. And a long time ago he told me, he's like, hey man, he's an artist, he draws. So he's like, if you ever want to like collaborate on something, I'd love to. And I was like, cool, but still stuck in that mentality of like, no, I'll do it myself kind of thing, you know. But I just hit him up and out of the blue, and I said, hey man, you want to do something? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. And so he came up with this. This is a Rat Fink inspired custom life piece, which is, obviously it's the 4Runner, and obviously it's me as a monster driving it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool, really great art. His Instagram, I don't know, he's not really like a artist out there to do art for people. Yeah. So it's not like by me telling everybody his Instagram, like he's like looking
promoting
for
his work.
Yeah, like he's like not looking for eyes.
You're just saying I appreciate him.
Yeah, I appreciate him. So he's Custom Beer Dough on Instagram, and actually people should follow him because he's just an interesting dude and does interesting things.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about people's Instagram when they just do interesting things. You know what I mean? There's like, maybe he's not an artist where he's like looking to commission work, but hey, if we can, it's just like a YouTube. It's just like a YouTube channel that you're interested in. If it's just cool, then you like to see it pop up on your feed.
Yeah, exactly. You want to see cool, like hot rod inspired art and his truck being built, go give him a follow. And thanks Derek for hooking us up.
The artwork thing is interesting because I can do things in Photoshop, and I can do certain things, you know what I mean? But I can't create art, but I can at the same time, but then I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to limit myself, you know what I mean? Like limit what I could do because it was free. You see what I'm saying?
That's the exact same thing I was in.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I saw you doing.
Oh, I thought
you were struggling with being happy with your outcomes of your art. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And like, it's like you have to take risks, and risks are usually financial. But again, with you printing your shirts, like you're never going to lose that money. And you're always going to make the money back. Like you can't always worry about money when if it's a lot of money, but it's never that much money to where the risk is not worth it.
Yeah, and I had to kind of like drill that into my own brain.
Yeah,
after we talk all the time, and we told you this a lot before. And when we travel, we talk about that too. Yeah, and it's just like it was just a mental block. Yeah, I've my company that I've now realized that being the end of 2023, but being 2023, I've done for 20 years. I started the brand, which has changed names, but I started the brand in 2003. For the last 20 years, all I've ever done is figured out how to do it myself. Mm-hmm. Every single aspect, figuring out, in the very, very, very beginning, just figuring out how to start a brand, come up with a name, and very rudimentary, like put designs together and like print artists that we had way in the back in the beginning. And then from there, learning how to print my own things and then photograph my own things and make videos and set up booths. And like, it's always been DIY. And after doing it for so many years, my brain just sort of got stuck.
Well, the thing too is that there's nothing wrong with DIY, and there's nothing wrong with figuring things out yourself. Mm-hmm. But it depends on where you want to be with your business. Like, I get so many people that hit me up, businesses that are like, hey man, come and make me a video, or come and do some photography for me. They could easily do that themselves, but it's like they could, if they want it done better, then they hit up the guy that does it for a living. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If you want, it just depends on where you want to be at. Like, if I want better art, I'm not an artist. I can get by. You know what I mean? Or if I want to learn, it's going to take me a long time to learn. In that meantime, I could just pay someone else to do that.
Right.
And then I could do what I know how to do while they're doing that. So say their art's $500. And it would take me 2 weeks to figure out how to get that to that 2 or 3 weeks to get that outcome. In that 2 or 3 weeks, I could make $3,000.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's
I totally get it.
It's it's just that mindset. It's not the DIY mindset is great, but it's just like when we were talking to Doug, you know what I mean? Like I've seen shows. We're talking to Doug at Creative House, who was our guest a couple weeks ago. I've seen shows that tried to save money by making their own trophies.
Yeah.
I remember one show bought the trophy pieces and then tried to put them together themselves. And I forgot what show
Been there.
it was. Yeah, there's some times where cutting corners and saving money and being frugal is good.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's other times where in the end, you will actually make more money by spending a little bit more money.
And not only like money, but just like taking the financial aspect out of it, which is still a thing you have to be aware of, but just the evolution of the brand. If I am stuck,
but that's all part of it though.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the risk. Like, because you have a vision and you are only capable to get to that vision like 70%. That 30% where that art can just unlock it unlocks your happiness. It unlocks your drive because now you have new stuff. So it just unlocks so much good feeling around.
And that's what I'm like want to expound on is like the financial thing is one thing, but that feeling of it, like I just spent a lot of time trying to create these things that I wasn't allowing myself to evolve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was getting stuck.
And I always go back to the finances because so many people are scared when they reach out to someone and they say, how much to do this? And then they get the price because I've been there and I go, oh, no, I'm good. I can do this. And then you do it and you go, and you're not happy with it.
Right.
When you just risk that little bit because the end goal, the end result will be your happiness. And then like right now, I know the feeling you're getting is you're ready to move on to the next one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When you get the one from Rick, you're going to go, sweet. You're not going to be like, okay, I'm good for 6 months. You're going to go start on the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you get back from this rush of LST, Forbidden, Meltdown, Mini Nats, Rolling in the Red Rocks, all those people that bought shirts are going to be ready to buy a new shirt.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I was getting people coming up to the booth and they're like, I already have that. And then with the giveaways, they're like, well, what do we buy?
Yeah.
We already have everything.
That's sort of what started this whole thing.
Yeah, because they were waiting for their shirts to get faded or wear them over, and then they would just buy another one again, or they were just buying a T-shirt out of pity because they or not pity, or buying a shirt. They'd be like, "Well, I bought one from Frank. I guess I got to buy one from Brian," or you know what I mean, or something. It's whatever. And I don't want that. I want people to be excited about what they're buying, and that's where like you'll get that feeling, and you'll just be ready to do the next one and ready to do the next one, and then everything else, that fear of anything, that whatever the fear was of not selling enough or whatever, it just goes away.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to that. And I remembered the where I was going out before I had to like change the cameras and stuff. When I was like getting to a point where like I was hitting like a creative block, or I kind of reached my max potential. And when I say me, I'm talking also about me and Angie, because Angie is the one who creates all of the art for what we do.
Yeah.
Up until now, now we're branching out, but she was always there creating the art. So it would take us a really long time to hone down our ideas and get to something that we really liked. But once we hit our max capacity of doing that, now this is back on me, my mental state was I was falling in a rut to where I almost didn't, and this is going to sound bad, but bear with me, is I wasn't excited to wear my own things. You know what I mean? Like I was I like it. It's like when you create a video and you make it and you put all your into it and you put it out there, and then you watch and you're like, man, that wasn't my all. You know what I mean? That wasn't. Yeah, you could go back and look at. We could go back and look at videos now and go, that kind of sucked. Yeah, or whatever. Other people might not think so, but we, as the people that created it, we're like, and that's a natural thing, and that's even going to happen with artists. Like you're gonna keep reaching out to these different artists, and that's I want to go back to like your style, right? Like your brand. The cool thing is you give this artist, you look at their art and you go, okay, cool, I like their style, and then you give them your ideas, and then you let them run with it, and then they create something. Yeah, and it's kind of like and then fast forward like to what you're doing now, or what you were talking about now with you and Angie creating the art.
you could still do that. And the cool thing is you're going to get inspiration by these other
That's a
artists
good
creating
point.
your brand.
Yes.
Instead of looking at all these artists that they've created for Grinder TV or C10 Vatos or Lindsay, or they're creating stuff for their brand, and we get inspiration from that. But seeing other artists create custom life, you and Angie sit there and go, I have this idea. Let's pull a little from this and pull a little from this. And now instead of creating 4 or 5 shirts throughout the year that you and Angie had to create, you can have people create 3, 4. You guys create 1 or 2.
That's a great
So
point.
you still get that like satisfaction of DIY, but you know what I mean?
It
Like,
almost
'cause
takes
there is a satisfaction of doing things yourself.
It almost takes the pressure off of us, because
Exactly,
and
yeah.
before this, the pressure would be, we got to create these designs, and like I would get on Angie, be like, okay, we got to do this, and then the days turn into weeks, and then the weeks lead up to like, oh my gosh, we only have 2 weeks to get ready. So there's tons of pressure. But by going out and having other artists create art for us, it takes the pressure off us, and maybe we'll come up with a really great idea that was completely like DIY,
because there's no pressure of doing it.
exactly. Yeah.
And it goes back to fun, and then it goes back to time, and it goes back to money.
Yeah.
Because you having other artists, say you did 6 designs in a year, and you had artists create 4 of those, and you created 2 of those. That in 12 months you did 2, where you would have had done 6. By the time you're trying to work on that 3rd or 4th design, you're burnt out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you're just then it's just a whole thing, and it's fun. And once you see the results of it, and once you see the like, go to LST and mini nats and all this stuff, and you see people going, oh, new shirts, and they come up and they like seek you out to buy the new shirts because we're sharing it on the podcast, we're sharing it on Instagram. That's another thing, because it makes you want to share stuff on social media more versus not, because you have something new.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm really excited, and I didn't really think about that other byproduct of it that may rejuvenate our own creativity. Yeah, that's a great. It's all, everything is good. Everything is moving forward, and everything is gelling, and coming together.
It has to be fun.
And that's what we were running into. And fun also equates to being excited about something. I'm excited about these new designs. I cannot wait to print them. I cannot wait to get them on shirts and get them into people's hands and get them into my own hands.
Yeah, and then create the next one.
Yeah.
Because then you go, ooh, I have this other good idea. Let's do this. Like, it just unlocks this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it just starts rolling. Everything starts rolling. You get fresh income from fresh shirts, which means you can spend the money on this, or you find another artist, and you just start to just unlock things,
Yeah, it all
like,
starts coming together.
my next thing that I want to attempt to do, which I've been holding back on, is asking some of these artists, just hitting them up, like, because they're not car artists, they're band artists.
Oh.
And I want to hit them up and have them create something, but I'm so scared of them just telling me no, or I don't, or like, oh, that's going to be $5,000.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to spend that. I'm not that, I don't have that type of income to spend $5,000 on a piece of art. If I did, I would, but I don't, so I'm not going to. But when I saw Jeremy at Trey 5, when he did that, he had that skateboard artist that created their last Arizona type shirt for Dino's.
That was super cool.
I go, who did that? Because that doesn't look like anything I've ever seen in the car world. And he goes, oh, it's some skateboard artist. And I go, okay, I'm going to start hitting these guys up.
Yeah.
So like my next thing is to get outside of the automotive artist and hit up a couple of guys and just see what they say.
That's so cool. That's exciting,
Yeah.
dude. That's so exciting.
Because there's an infinite amount of artists out there.
Yeah.
And with if you look at all the bands that you listen to, look who does their art and like reach out to those guys. Because
That's
now,
a good idea. Yeah.
because now you're like, you know how you get it. You said you weren't getting excited to wear your own stuff, but you were wearing like Venomous Pinks, or imagine meshing those two things.
Oh yeah. No, that's
And
a great, that's a
you've
great
tried that in the past. You've definitely meshed like your music tastes and your passions to the trucks. But sometimes it's hard for you to do that.
Exactly. Yeah, like my capabilities can only go so far, but if someone who knows,
Well, you have it in your head.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Execution.
pen to paper.
Yeah, execution.
And then you get frustrated, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'll just go back to my regular stuff.
Right.
So imagine like that. You find that artist and you like create this punk rock custom life shirt, and you would be insanely happy.
Which kind of leads me up to my next thing about taking risks and putting myself out there. The other risk. So we've talked about this, getting artists, putting financial risks out there. I'm taking another risk too, which if you look at these, for people who are listening and watching right now, looking at the art, you might have already started to see it, but I'll go into more depth about it. I'm really starting to interject. I've always, let me prelude it with this. I've always interjected my personality into everything. Everything we've created has always been a piece of me into that. I'm leaning farther into that, where there have been times before where I created things to maybe appease certain people, or what I think is the most popular thing, which you need to do, which I acknowledge you need to do. You need to be aware of, you need to do. But almost to the point where, again, I've done it and I'm like, that's cool, but it's not really me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
So this year I'm taking an extra risk of really interjecting myself into these. Go back and look again at the locos only. It says, keep it on the down low, locos only. Cause I wanted it to be the surf part of it is like when there's like a local surf spot, they don't want any outsiders in it, that was the vibe for the shirt.
Yeah.
So it says that, and then across the bottom it says West Coast culture since forever. And I really kind of looked at that for a long time, and I'm like, am I because don't forget, we're going to Texas as our first show. We're going to LST. Yeah. So I'm taking these designs, starting with that one. The Dutch one is going to have a pretty heavily West Coast influence to it too. The Ratfink Ratfink inspired one doesn't have as much, but it's still there a little bit. But I'm taking but those are me. Those are one of them is literally me. The monster is literally supposed to be me.
Keep talking.
Okay. It's gonna be kind of hard when you're not sitting there.
Keep talking, I can hear you.
So I'm taking this risk. I'm putting myself out there. I'm really interjecting my personality. I'm really interjecting a lot of West Coast influence. And we'll see how that goes. I'm a little nervous. To go out to Texas and show these guys out there this very West Coast California thing.
Yeah, I think that's in your head.
You think so? You think I'm just...
I think so. Yeah, because who cares? What? I mean, look at the Low Life Co.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
I love that brand.
Yeah, same here. And then you look at Hater Made. I don't like that brand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think their shirts that's just not my style, but it's a bunch of other people's style. So if you take the however many thousands of people that go to those shows, some people walk by a booth and don't like it. Some people are attracted to it. So it's the same with us. There's some brands, and it's not the actual brand. It's just their style.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't like this style, but I like this style. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You can't appease. It's just like videos. You can't appease everyone. You have to do it your style. Mm-hmm. You have the music you like. You know what I mean? Yeah, it has to work and fit and all this stuff, but you can't just put stuff that doesn't belong in there because you think it's going to make everyone else happy.
Yeah, and I need to.
Or
sorry.
Oh no, or vehicles. You know what I mean? If you went to LST, you're not going to put 90% C10s or 90% lifted trucks in there because that's going to get the views. Mm-hmm. You're going to go and you're going to the stuff you like,
which I've kind of done for a long time. All my videos,
but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you've done that already,
mm-hmm.
and you've got a good response from it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? You're not going to get those lifted truck guys walk by your booth and they're not going to buy your stuff already.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. Yeah, no, that's a great point. Yeah, that's a really good point.
So you're just. Yeah, do what you want.
And that's what I'm really leaning into now.
You're not being negative towards anything.
No.
You're just... Yeah.
I'm just really and I have to realize that too, that people like the brand because they like the stuff that I'm talking for myself specifically. They like my brand because they like the stuff I create. They like me. They, people tune in to listen to us talk. So there is some validity in there that people are like, hey, I like what you do. I like you, and I'll buy your stuff. You know?
Exactly.
And
we're talking about the things we like to talk about. We're not trying to appease everybody.
Right.
And we're not forcing anyone to listen. We're not forcing anyone to watch. Mm-hmm. They're doing it because they want to. And you do get caught in this thing. I've gotten caught into it, and I've tried to make this last year, try to get out of it, where I'll go to a show and I'll try to film every car.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, and then the videos get boring to me, and it's just man, no, I need to get back to what I not doing that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And starting and make a 20-minute video and just make a 5-minute video or 4-minute video and just of what I like.
And I think people appreciate that sort of genuineness, I guess.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That because that's like authentic. Like people, I've often said before that, especially with like social media and content creation, people can see through fake stuff really fast. So
And they like the uniqueness of each channel and each brand and each video
That's true.
and each whatever, you know what I mean? Because there's a similarity. Like, okay, you take 20 people that make videos and send them to LST. Out of those 20 videos, they're going to be similar because you're at the same event.
Mm-hmm.
But they will be attracted to the unique ones. So you'll have like some people like my videos for this, or your videos for this, or RC Media for this, or whatever. You know what I mean? So where they are very similar, they are unique, and that's where people they get attracted. It's just like bands.
Yeah.
You know, people want to wear band T-shirts because they want to feel a part of it.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I just wanted to, we always talk about being pretty transparent on here and kind of like telling, peeling back the curtain and talking about how, things really are. And I just wanted to bring that up because that's one thing that's been weighing on my mind lately. So,
And again, you're going to have shirts that don't do well and maybe you lean too hard into it, but it doesn't matter because you liked it.
that's true.
And you have the power to create as many shirts as you want.
And that's what I keep needed telling myself. I'm
Like-
in a unique position.
Unlike me, when I make a flop, I'm stuck.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I order 100 to 200 some or more T-shirts at a time. So it's just like, I got boxes of shirts in there no one likes. You be like, well, at least I got some. You liked it. You could wear it,
Yeah.
and you sold it to the 10 other people that liked it. You're not stuck with a bunch of T-shirts that you got to
That's
sell
true.
for $5 or $10. You know?
Yeah.
So like, you have that power to like take risks where I don't have the power to take those risks. I can take the risk, but I could be at a financial loss where you won't be at a financial loss.
Right.
And then you just move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, that's the theme for this year. The theme for this year is going to be like, sounds a little like, played or whatever when I'm going to go all in, but I'm definitely going to lean into it more this year. You know, and and again, holding ourselves accountable, talking about these things. It actually started back in, I think it was the Mini Nats trip. Yeah, when we took the Maverick, and I remember specifically driving from your place up the 17 through, the forest up there and stuff, and us talking about just doing something, just create something, just put it out there and do it. And we did, or I did, I say I did that. And then, so like with this, for the past year, it's always been saying we're going to do it and then executing it. Just like how this podcast started.
And not worrying about other people liking it.
Right.
That's the thing. You like, when I edit videos, sometimes I'm like, oh, is everyone gonna like it? Oh, maybe I should. No, as I like it, and same with shirts. You worry about everyone else liking it, which is of course. But if you like it, then more other people are gonna like it too. Because it's not like you like things that no one liked.
That's true.
You're not like creating things that absolutely no one likes. You're just creating things that each one design could be maybe a slimmer margin that people enjoy it and they don't, but it doesn't matter because you're still gonna.
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what? I had to tell myself a long time ago that eventually everything will sell. I currently don't have any T-shirts that I have had for years. They all sell eventually, even if they have to make their way down to the $5 bucket. They work work their way down the table at full price, and they jump on the $10 rack, and they eventually end up in the $5 bucket. But that last part, they're gonna go.
Yeah, holding on to these designs and stuff is what is my thing too. Like, I just need to get them out of there. Like, I'd put those C10 pinstripe shirts. They were $10 at Severn the Southwest, and I have like 2 left in oddball sizes. Again, if people want bigger sizes, hit me up. I still have a couple of 5Xs in different designs. But just then move on to the next one.
Yeah,
and that was a big thing with me, is trying to having a successful one like that one, but then getting that's an interesting thing, because you have a successful shirt.
And you don't want to let go.
Want to get rid of it.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to explore too.
But then that creates a thing to where you can bring it back.
Yeah.
Because you can always print these shirts again. Like, you could do a BST throwback and just replace BST with custom line.
Which I want to do, yeah.
Which you definitely should do. You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for, especially you, not being able to do
I
it.
know. I know. Yeah, I know. I know how it is. Yeah. Anything else you're looking forward to this year?
A road trip.
Yeah, I'm ready to.
excited
Yeah, I'm
for a
ready
road
to get
trip.
out there. I'm ready to get out there. The last big thing we did was probably mini nats, really, because everything
Yeah,
else was.
that's where I'm like kind of was going back earlier. It's like we're not really travelers anymore.
Yeah, I know. But then again, like that was sort of not by design, but we were definitely trending that way because as we're not traveling as much, we're still putting as much effort into things like our website, the giveaways. You know, like I feel like that is a thing too. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
We had to change it up. If we were just doing the same thing we were doing in 2018,
Yeah.
it would be devastating.
Yeah.
It would be, you know what I mean? It would suck. So, there are certain shows like when we were at Doug's and we were talking about getting the band back together. Like, that was cool. I was excited for that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we haven't done that since we attempted it in 2021
yeah.
in the beginning, but we failed. So like being 2024, maybe 2025, it's just like we go on that road. That would be so much fun, you know, because it's not a every once a month thing. It would be like, we did it again 4 years later
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm also excited about my Tacoma.
I know. Yeah, that's probably the most exciting thing. I'm excited for your Tacoma.
Yeah. So Panda sent me a picture. He took the passenger side door off, fender off, and he had the seat in it.
Oh,
so
cool. I was going to ask you, is he mounting the seat and everything? So when you get it back,
when I get it back, it'll have seats in it.
Okay,
It'll-
cool.
The frame will be painted.
Nice.
Like he's pulling the cab, pulling the bed, pulling all that, painting everything. Yeah, all the air management will all be mounted, the battery, the fuel cell, all that. So
One thing, like, we have to, if Vic is doing it again with his mini truck showcase, that's like one thing we have to say. We got to get both of those trucks there.
yes,
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Got to get it to that one.
and we need we have to have the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Like the spot that I was in was perfect. It was perfect. So I got to make that video still. I'm so behind.
Me too. Well, I'm not behind, but I started the A Day to Remember video, so chipping away at that one right now currently.
Yeah. Which one? Because you never made one for 2022.
Thanks for bringing that up.
You can make reels.
Yeah, I can make reels out of it.
No, I'm editing Dino's right now, and there's so much footage to go through. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a doozy.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that one too. That's gonna be a lot
Yeah,
of fun.
and then I'd have to jump back and do C10 slowdown.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm gonna have a little C10 rush on my channel here coming up,
Nice.
and then I'll go into mini truck revival, and then will be time for LST.
Yeah, ready to do it all over again.
Ready to do it, and that's another thing I got to figure out how to make these things different.
Yeah. Well, that's always the struggle with the when we go to a lot of these same shows. I already got a plan for Havasu Meltdown and Mini Nats. That'll be good. Forbidden. It's sort of like this A Day to Remember video. Like I'm chipping away at it, but I'm not chipping away at it because I'm like having a hard time. I'm just like getting the time to actually do it. But we have so much fun. That video is going to be fun. Forbidden being back at the Avi, that video is going to make itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I want to make videos that make themselves. I don't want to do videos that I'm forced.
That's true. Yeah,
And-
that's what we want to break out of.
You know, and some I do have like clients that throw shows that pay me to do stuff, which is fine. But at the same time, like if I'm putting a video on my channel, I need to be excited to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's one thing that I'm slowly starting to
It's
change.
just like we were talking about me and the shirts and the designs. You gotta be stoked to have you gotta be stoked to watch your own videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and if a show wants to hire me to make a promotion video, that's totally different. I don't want to put that on my channel. I want to give them, like the C10 Nationals, for example, the one we went to. You know, I did 3 shows for him. They weren't for my YouTube channel. They were for him to use as promotion.
Right.
So that tied up a lot of my time this year. But at the same time, like, I want to, like, anything that goes on the Grindr TV channel is going to be stuff I want to put on there.
Yeah.
Not stuff that I'm paid to put on there, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. And you can tell when that's executed well when like the friend group is just like, that was so much fun. That was a great video. Like it was like those are the ones that we want to make.
When we upload a video and no one says anything about it, we're like,
Well, that's cool.
yeah. So it's our own little critique thing.
Well, Happy New Year to everybody. We're
Yeah.
we're gearing up. We're gonna go 2024. We're gonna get at it again.
It's the only thing we know how to do.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I'm excited for all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yep. In
see
the
what
meantime, go to our websites, livelifecustom.com, grinder-tv.com. We're giving away an Acura E-Level kit.
This is the last month.
This is the last month.
This is it. So through January. The drop shirts, by the time this comes out, we will have the pre-order done, but we will have those on the website to order.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a lot of pre-orders.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, cool. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
All right.